Good morning and welcome back again. We're just so incredibly excited to get started to a second semester. And of course, we will be in homeroom for the next 7 days. So it's really important that you follow what Ms. Smith has guided in respect to getting your attendance in. So as soon as we're able to get attendance and we're able to obviously go through the morning announcements, we want to transition immediately to first block so we don't lose too much time during our first block. In an effort to try to get attendance done and get through our, of course, morning announcements. I know on last week we talked about trying to get more involved with Edgenuity and making sure that we can blend some of that very important technology, and I say technology, using technology, but to use those resources and using the strategies and helping to tie in what you do with the standards, of course, to improve your pedagogy, looking at some of the opportunities that we have. Like I said, it's always about increasing the tools in your tool belt to be able to best meet the needs of our students, and that's what we're trying to do every day. So, again, get with Ms. Blair. If you really didn't understand how best to implement this Edgenuity platform, she can definitely help you along with administration. We'd be more than happy to sit down with you and help you to try to figure that piece out. Also, ProEthica, thank you so much for taking the time to collaborate with your department and really looking at what we want to do in an effort to make sure that we're meeting the needs of our students and we're doing it in the right way and we're being professional in everything that we do here. And if the occasion that we're not being professional and we're not adhering to the code of ethics, then certainly we want to revisit the ProEthica platform, that model, because certainly that's some great stuff, and we want to make sure that we're operating here at Pittston Valley High School above board when it comes to ethics and making sure that we're having the right type of conversations and dialogue with students and with one another for that matter. So thank you for your hard work in that endeavor as well. I would just tell you that as we start this new second semester to restate your class norms, your expectations for your students, your expectations for them meeting, of course, what it is, the benchmarks that you've set would not be a bad idea. Just to, again, get to know your students. You may not want to jump right into the syllabi. You may not want to jump right into your bell ringers on day one. Try to find some activities. I know Ms. Blair put some activities in the drive. The Google Drive, but find different ways to try to get to know your students and really build that relationship. Because folks, I can promise you one thing, the reality is you have a great knowledge base to be able to disseminate that information, but if you do not have the kids' attention and you do not have that relationship and that rapport with those students, then the reality is it's going to make that bridge a lot more difficult to get across. So we want to make sure that we spend the first few days of this second semester really getting to know our students and helping them to better know you, and again what your expectations are in that classroom. So that being said, let's make sure we do that. The administration will be kind of in and out of your classrooms over the next several days just to kind of see how everything is going. Again, if you have different technology needs or if you have things in your class that are not working or that need to be addressed, then let us know immediately so we can get in front of that and make that happen. Also, teacher effectiveness. Certainly want to make sure that you're logging in those very important, milestones in terms of what you're doing professional development wise, because we want to make sure that, of course, that those expectations are met on that end. Also, it's critically important that we become very visible and we stay visible through transitions. Certainly, we don't want anything to transpire on our watch. And just keeping your eyes in stairwells and the restroom sometimes can be equally as important. Unfortunately, we have students that they want to vape or they want to do things that don't really have any place at school. And so the reality is that we can keep our eye on that and really kind of help to push students along to their different respective blocks that they need to be going to class and let them know that, and that's going to help us to get the kids where they need to be. Also transitioning to and from lunch as well. Keep in mind that we do have classes, so you want to lay out some expectations about how you travel to and from lunch and how you are to use the restroom and that sort of thing. Don't have students leaving the lunchroom without your knowledge, because sometimes they'll just wander off and say they had to use the restroom, and we have no account of where they've been during that time. So if you could help us with that, that would be greatly appreciated as well. Also, if you had students that were on the fence from last semester, the first semester, and there's some work that they need to do or could be doing, whether we're using the Edgenuity platform or you created some work or an assignment or a different assessment to help them to gain those percentage points that they need in an effort to pass your class. Let's make sure that we get that done expeditiously on the front end. So next week, Ms. Bryant, when she does run the report cards, that everything will be where it needs to be. So that being said, again, we're very excited about the second semester. Thank you for what you do for Pinson Valley High School. I can't thank you enough. It's a complete honor to serve as principal here at Pinson Valley and to serve you guys. And again, if there's anything that I can do to help, if there's anything I can do to just listen, again, I'll be more than happy. If you have any problems and you have a solution, please bring it to me, and I promise you it will not go on deaf ears. We'll work together collectively in an effort to try to make this a very successful second semester. Thank you so much. God bless. And remember, here at Pinson Valley, we continue to promote achievement, respect, and success.